Hi everyone. I thought I'd pop up and give a little update on what I've been working on. I'm re-familiarizing myself with what I know about Unreal, and I've been working to translate a lot of the ideas that I've been working on into realized game architecture that at least could be partially playable and maybe navigate around and have some of the environments more realized than the sketches and After Effects projects that I've shown so far. Having said that, I wanted to showcase some of the tests that I've been doing in Unreal. And for anyone unfamiliar with what I've been developing, I'm just going to give a brief overview so that it doesn't have no context. But originally, the main arc of my story starts on Earth, and then the second arc of the main story in metaphysical Neuroma was to take place on Hunter's World, aka Interzone, or the planet Nevada, where by coincidence of name, the this planet that has been visited by our protagonist on many occasions is actually the same name as the place, physical location on Earth, and this sort of duality of reality and names and places, a dreamlike reinstancing of that there's always more than one thing and more than one place that has a name or an idea. And so in that, the establishment of how different a world is, or how different a sky, or how different the average day-night cycle cast would be on this other world was a big part of the vision I had for something like an open world RPG game that I very much envision. For years, I've been sort of trying to put this vision to light, and until very recently, I did not have the skills, and I did not have the access to the tools. But my recent focus has been about trying to translate everything that I know and understand about 3D worlds and about narrative design and all of these things into something realizable. So here I have what is the unlit world of a sort of test environment I've created. There are a whole lot of real-time tools that have been built into to the newest engine, Unreal 5, that is really focused on recreating a really realistic day-night cycle in an Earth atmosphere lighting scenario with a distant, far-off distant light source, that directional light that represents the sun, and you can even set up parameters for having a day-night cycle, have it rotate, and sort of create this illusion that we're rotating around it versus the other way around. But in this environment, we're actually sort of faking those rotational relationships between Earth and its sun. And so I was playing around with the idea of creating an environment. I'm just going to back out of here for a second so you can really see what I'm doing. I have to change my camera speed, really bump it up, and I'm going to go a little zoomy here. So I apologize if this is going to be a little too much fast movement with zoom for those that experience 3D sickness. So here's my little platform within the atmosphere that right now, because it's unlit, you can't see the atmosphere we've got surrounding it, but it has a spherical atmosphere approximating the planet, and we've just got a little platform of planet. And I have some disappearing issues at great distances, but this is my what's called a skybox. I've got two of them. They're actually a nebula, a transparent nebula, overlaid inside of Starfield. So, and with approximations for the sun and everything else, and we disappear or it disappears from our ability to see it at certain angles because we're faking how it's being seen. It really only really can be seen from the true angle of. So I'm going to move us a little further out here and go, okay, here's our star sphere. I'm going to put us in focus. All right. The endless void of true nothingness, the outside of our math zone. We have a sphere that casts a star field, fake star field, inside of itself. And this dome allows me to cast this further sphere inside it, which is transparent and allows the this sort of endless star space to come into view inside our little platform and whatnot. But in the way I've tried to recreate this, I actually want multiple suns. So I've tried to recreate what they were recreating in the engine, where they have this great distance that's been established for where the directional light is coming from, and I've established that directional light, but I've put it inside the sun sphere and anchored that sun sphere to the center point of our planet, as well as a moon and a stationary space platform. So, okay, the sun and its distance from and its arc that it travels on, the space station, which is stationary, and the distance is so insignificant at this state or at this vantage point that we can't even see it. There's the moon. I'm going to bring us now back into our far off, and here's our moon in relation to our little grouping there, and then we have our little space station platform, which is even smaller, but still massive, and its distance from our actual little scene, which we've set up on this nothingness in space, a little chair and a couple of texture tests. So if we zoom away, I'm going to bring my camera speed back down now, and bring us a little closer to our scene. So let's get back to our chair. Yeah. So I was trying to recreate some of the basic ideas that I established in comic book, where we have different worlds that have different rules, different perceptions on how the baseline physics, the substantive material that holds the universe together, those rules are different in these different places. That not a consistent universe, and therefore not a consistent way in which these things operate. So to have different ways of expressing the gravitational shift, the light shift, the personality of these things that can just float in space, and do they still seem believable unlit like this? It starts to move in a bit of a direction towards something, but it's still ostensibly just mad scribblings on a napkin in some coffee shop, talking about what could be, but bringing it together with, and I apologize for the car alarm outside. It's outside of my control, but here I'm going to go and switch it up to lit. And you can see I actually have some jittering issues with my volumetric clouds, but my lighting is actually being rendered real time. So those are real time clouds, real time particles, and whatnot. So if I go actually to my atmosphere, and bring it out to, let's say, the moon. Now you can see my moon here actually penetrates the atmosphere because I haven't quite got my distances right. Okay, so this was just a quick look in at where I'm at with what I'm working on, and a bit of an indicator about what I'm going to be sharing going forward. So hopefully this is as exciting for you as it is for me. Really excited to be sharing my learning with others who are also passionate about this kind of stuff. And thanks for checking it out, and more soon. Okay, bye for now.